Senator Migs Subiri, maraming salamat for the very kind words. Yes, indeed, we have prepared remarks here because, as you know, politicians, without these prepared remarks, will go on and on. And we know you very, very limited time. So my staff wanted me to canalize my thoughts and my message to you, and they said, stick to the program. So anyway, I'll try to do that. Of course, a pleasant afternoon to all. Thank you, Madam Sergey, Ma'am Heather, for this occasion. You bring to us the best from America. You bring to us the American people, personified by the top officials from the Senate and the House. You are America, and we are here to thank you in our personal capacities as representatives of the Filipino people. Our welcome guests, Ranking Majority Whip. Of course, we know that the job, we try to do it in a nicer way here in the Philippines. We entice our colleagues to work harder. We incentivize them more with carrots. But Senator John Cornyn, as I was telling you earlier, our ties are definitely deep. My brother-in-law's there. My wife spends a lot of time visiting him in Houston. So again, ties are there, inextricable. Senator Mike Crapo, of course. Welcome to the Philippines, Senator Mike Lee, Senator Tommy Tuberville, over, yes. We watched your games. Congressman Tony Gonzalez, Congressman Jake Elzie, pleasant day to you all. From the South, wonderful, wonderful country. Anyway, on behalf of the Philippine House of Representatives, as ably represented here by our two very, very talented, the brightest chairs of the respective committees on Foreign Affairs and Economic Affairs, Congresswoman Stella Kimbo and Congresswoman Ann Hoffer from Zamboanga, Sibugay, and of course our counterparts in the Senate, the best majority leader the Senate could ever ask for, Senator Mig Zubiri, and of course the chair, Senator Tolentino, a great friend of mine, an aviator who's been all over. Our last Friendship Caucus, he was actually in Michigan while we were at the embassy. Anyway, that's a little bit of intel. Well, on behalf of all of us, welcome to the Philippines, and to the other distinguished members of the delegation, National Security Advisor Isaac Jack Hanan, Legislative Director Molly Carpenter, Chief of Staff Stephen Boyd, Director Chase Patrick, and Liaison Officer Dylan McCrea, and the Navy Senate Liaison Officer and Military Legislative Assistant Catherine Elizabeth Thompson. Of course, I've also met the other Heather, the political officers just come in, and of course, Edward. We extend our deep appreciation to your delegation for giving us the opportunity to fortify our engagements with the U.S. Congress on matters beneficial to Philippines and U.S. relations. Your visit today is fitting, as we have already mentioned, the 75 years of diplomatic relations, the 70 years of the Mutual Defense Treaty, the 60 years of the U.S. aid. And that's why we thank you, the people of America, because of your legislation, allowing all that assistance, all the resources that you provided have been very, very important to our growth, our development, and surviving all the calamities and tragedies that we've faced. You've always been there for us. And as Mark MacArthur did, you know, and I was there in Palo. You returned after Haiyan. You were there, and a cousin of mine, we were actually all in Tacloban yesterday for the commemoration of the 8th anniversary of Haiyan. And I wanted to tell the Charge that even my cousins, the mayor, the former mayor, and the former senator were there, and they had all these glowing remarks about how the United States, the Air Force, the USS George Washington Aircraft Task Force, the Ospreys that were dispatched by a fellow Cornell. I went to Cornell University, by Colonel Rick Matton. They were all deployed. Colonel Livingston, who opened up the airport with his Humvee, setting up the radar and the air traffic control setup that was completely wiped out, but they brought it in, having 24/7 operations, providing all the logistical support that we needed so badly. And you returned to help us, and again, we mentioned the COVID. Because of the United States, the millions of vaccines that have been brought in directly through the donations of the United States and through the COVAX facility, through your intercession, has saved again many, many Philippine lives. For this, we are always grateful for and will never forget. That's why I'm just only reiterating everything that my colleague here has said. The ties are too deep. The ties are too deep. And even as my cousin said, yes, Philippine blood and American blood has been spilled here on Philippine shores and spilled onto Philippine soil. These ties are forever. They are deeply rooted, and we can never forget. In the continuous deepening and strengthening of this relationship, your visit here, our only regret is that we wish you could stay here longer so we could cultivate even better, stronger, not just formal relations, but personal relationships, because that's what we are all about also. We try to compensate in kind, and the personal relationships, the ties, are something that we can return to as a demonstration of our affection and our appreciation to the American people. I myself have two brothers and sisters who are in the United States as Americans. My two sons are studying in New York in Cornell University. Inextricable. We are tied. Well, I have to wrap up because I'm getting signed. So as we both affirm the strengthening of Philippine-U.S. partnership, we would like to seize this occasion to extend our gratitude for the continued U.S. defense and security assistance to our country, as well as your valuable assistance in our fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. In working our way out of this pandemic, we are also hopeful for both countries that will find new opportunities to further broaden engagement in the economic sphere. We know that after the pandemic, we have to get our economy going again. That's why we have Congresswoman Stella Kigo here, our resident economist, and that the Philippines, for one, would like to deepen cooperation with the United States in the areas of the supply chain, health and health security, environment and climate change, energy security, and interconnectivity, where we look as you, the United States, as the standard, the gold standard. I trust that this interaction with our delegation, with yours, would help forge stronger relationships between our countries and would eventually lead peace and prosperity, not just to the Philippines, but to the entire region. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. We welcome you. Thank you, United States of America, from the people of the Philippines. Maraming salamat.